Ready.
Is Maggie online? Oh,
No, she wouldn't even feel up to doing that. She'd just that.
she's been sick for a while.
It's been a couple of weeks, yeah.
Huh?
I tell you, people, they get the flu, and all of a sudden they're sick, then they're sick.
Yep.
Again. But they pass it back and forth.
Right. We're ready, Mr. Dave. Ready to get rolling?
All right. Yes, so must be sick, right?
Yep.
Yeah, yes, so, okay, full meeting order. Welcome, everybody, thanks for coming. We're looking at, that's item one, item two is minutes of January 20.
And yes, we can. The four people that are on the line were all at the meeting, so we can do the minutes.
So, we're looking for some,
I'll make the motion to approve the minutes of the January 5th, 2026 meeting.
okay, second somewhere, folks,
Yeah, second.
all right, any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion passes, okay.
All
Thank you
righty,
very much.
so public comments, it looks like Luke would like to say a couple things. We had someone that was going to speak in front of us, but I don't see him yet. So Luke, you have the floor, and if you could give your last name as well, please. Luke, you can speak if you'd like. Luke, I don't know if you want to say anything, and I see your hand is up. You can speak if you'd like. It's public comments.
Yeah, hi.
Yes.
Luke, I don't know if you want to say anything or not. If not, I'm going to move on to the folks that are here, and we can come back to you if you'd like. All right.
All right, move on, there's no one else on the public comment, so
Right, these folks right here. So
these folks are,
these folks are right here. So they're going to introduce themselves right now.
folks. Introduce us, Chris, or someone.
Sure. Actually, you guys can introduce yourselves. They are the owners of 77 Worthington Ridge, and they can kind of give a little overview on what the property is and what they're thinking moving forward.
My name is Joe Yanks, my wife Valerie Yanks.
Oh, Joan. Welcome, thank you, folks.
Yeah, Dave Sear, Ed Gazarian, Pete Campanella.
And online is Vince Fortunato.
What we have here. Brochures.
Thank you.
Let's just tell me where Chris Edge.
Sure. 77. It's currently yeah. What is the proper name? It's the
Right next to plastic?
yeah. So basically, just down the hill from where John Sinise is redoing the building's industrial surplus. So just down there, almost at the end of the road.
So not the end. towards
No,
the
no,
end.
no, no. This is on the it's actually zoned PI, which is planned industrial. And so essentially they have the operation right now and are thinking about doing something slightly different. So I wanted them to kind of come in and present it to you guys.
Hi.
Because... Hello there. Are you Luke? Luke, you there? All right, I'm gonna have these guys continue and then we can have you on in a minute. Anyway, so yeah, Luke coming and going. So anyway, so want to give a little history on yourselves and also your background as well and kind of where we are.
My name is Joe Yanks. Currently we own the Park Resort Daycare. We took over what used to
Can
be
you
called
hear me?
Kennels.
Oh, yes.
Yep,
right.
yep. Hold on, actually, hold on a second, guys. Yes, Luke. Yes, we can hear you. Yes, Luke. What is it?
Like on space. Luke, you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
already. Why don't you keep going and then figure it out?
Go ahead.
So we took over River Run, needed a lot of work. We rehabbed, the inside almost totally, put a brand new roof on it. We invested, probably just over $300,000 in renovations.
Here, Dan. We'll slide another chair.
So from there, we just, we've been cleaning up the property, across the street. We also own a half acre that's on the other side that used as a dumping ground for tons of wood chip, but, after we got the kennels straightened out, we built it up. We're doing pretty well there. It's, pretty much family run by my wife, myself, and my children.
Ask kennels.
Avon,
Yeah.
hi.
Kennels.
Avon, hi.
Boarding and also daycare. And we do some grooming there also.
How big is the property altogether?
It's just under 6 acres, including the half acre property. The Mattabesset River runs along the right side borderline, and that's pretty much the borderline down, Fossic's on the other side. And then on the, there's a map inside there on the very last page, it kind of gives you an idea. So we had some issues in the beginning with the Mattabesset River. At times, since we took it over and, construction on the other side of the turnpike has added some, water flow down there. Tentatively taking care of it. When we first took it, we had a 300-year storm back in 2021. And it really came through quite a bit, but it doesn't touch the building. It hits the outdoor kennel that we have there, right next to the pond. You'll see a rectangle there. That's an outdoor covered kennel. So we got the place cleaned up pretty well. It's been doing good, but my wife and I were getting older. We want to kind of get into something that's a little more manageable for ourselves. So we came up with the idea of trying to recreate a wedding venue, event venue with the exterior being landscaped like the Lions. I mean, I own a tree and landscape company also. And what we'd like to do is, there's some of the pictures that we have there, like the front picture is what we were thinking of doing over. I don't know if it's
Yeah, just some idea. No, I didn't put any credit. I mean, no.
Joe, is any of it, wetlands?
The wetlands are in the far back. Where that,
Down the triangle area?
it's right around, they start right here. And they go through here. Most of the property on the side is low-lying area that usually just gets filled up when the river overflows, and it's just kind of like a catch-all. When it dries out, it's, ground like powder. But as far as the actual working area that we have, that back there, we really don't have any intentions to do anything back there. It's a lot of water goes through. The water, when the river goes up, it's gonna go up. You're not gonna stop it. So really, the only thing that we tried to do in the past was just bump the water a little bit to get it past the kennel in the building. And then the next day, the water recedes. Right now, what we use there is we just do like a nature trail walk for the dogs. But basically what we're concerned with is really the front half, to the extent of the pond and the build.
So kind of what they'd love to do is, because of Joe's experience in the hospitality industry, is to turn it into a wedding venue. So if you look at the front here, this essentially is what they'd like the building to look like when they're done with it. Let me just show that to you, Vince. You can kind of just take a look at the camera here. So if I can. So Vin, if you look at the screen, you can see what it looks like. So you can see it looks really nice. And then the other piece they were talking about was inside here. Where the kennels currently are, they would take it and make it an area for tables, etc. And so the nice thing too is it is something that we don't currently have at the moment, especially on the outdoor side with the natural pond that's there. I think it has some great potential because of the wetlands and otherwise, it's a challenging property. I think from a purely industrial side, it'd be really challenging to be able to, for instance, you can't just drop a 30,000 square foot building in there. It's not going to work. And so really was just coming here more to get kind of the feedback from you guys. I've had some discussions with the planning office. There are a couple different things that are possible. One would be to do a text amendment. A text amendment would allow like a wedding or event venue for every property in the PI zone. May or may not make the most sense. The one that may make more sense, use variance. Now, use variance would mean it'd be this property only. And I think if we look at the challenges that are here between the wetlands and the rest, that may be the way to go. Again, I've not had a chance to talk to the planner that far about it, but just wanted to kind of mention to all of you, because with everything going on in that area, I think it'd be really nice to have this. I mean, especially too, because as on the P and Z here, in February, hotel is going to be coming across the street for 404, which is Diadio's project. It's a choice hotel, which is under the Radisson brand, and they're planning on having probably 2 or 3 rooms about this size. So they're not going to have the ability to do what these guys are talking about. So it really is very,
Stay
very,
right there.
very complimentary. So, yeah, more than anything else, just kind of give you guys an overview on it. No real need for any action tonight, but just wanted to kind of let you know because I had met with them and I thought it made a lot of sense because I think there's a number of events we could do that truck bar is great, but some stuff you want a little higher end than the truck bar. Jack and Jill's, weddings. I mean, again, especially across the street with the wedding dress place there for the quinceañeras. I think this could work very, very well. I mean, the good news too is being one in the industry and two handy, a lot of the stuff can be done really by the family. And so really excited about the idea.
Well, a couple of questions, please. Are we using existing footprint or we're putting up a new building?
No, as far as what we have planned for right now is the existing building and the outside covered kennel. We wanted to kind of just put that into there's a few pictures in there. Nice pavilion, with a outdoor park, which picnics and such. The only thing with the covered kennel is that there's one section on the far side near the pond. The water does come up from, usually it's like 1 to 3 inch storms. It will just raise that corner. And I just had a survey done to the property to give me the levels of it. And the street's at 38 feet and the kennel is 34.5. And that would just need to be bumped up, just the board area.
Yep.
To about 36.
Yep.
Another foot.
Yeah. So just to show you here, so essentially coming in Worthington Ridge here, about here is where they ended up closing it off, where it goes up. Essentially the existing building right now where the kennel is.
How many square feet is that building?
Just under 6,000.
Under 6,000 square feet.
Perfect. I was just gonna look that up and now I've lost track of what I was
That's it
doing.
used to look. I don't know if anyone's gonna buy it. Really looks pretty nice now. What we'd like to do, I have dabbled in construction. I can convert this easily to what we're trying to show. I have a lot of equipment to take care of the grounds. I've been in business, used to be a food and beverage manager, secured a hotel in Waterbury back in the 80s. My wife's been in the restaurant business, serving hospitality. So, we kind of tried to come up with a couple ideas. There's really nothing like this around. Probably looking at 100 people that it would handle.
Yep.
We have the half acre across the street that we were contemplating use for parking.
Yep.
The kennel is that white.
Yep.
The outdoor kennel is white. roof right
Yes.
there.
So that essentially could be where you have tables underneath. This would be indoors with the nice natural
And then
pond
we
as well.
Landscape pond, we're,
Yep.
putting in the, waterfall. Like to put a nice dock in there that would kind of, tend towards people having weddings and, the aesthetics of the pond, the waterfall and such. You know, kind of looking at it like a mini aqua. Sure, everyone's familiar with the aquaturf.
Yeah. Yep.
Grounds and the meticulous, landscape inside, so.
Absolutely.
Let me ask you, a question. That half acre, there's enough to, for all the cars for parking there, or you'd have to have addition?
We're looking to, have additional parking on the main property. Just off the top of my head, I'd like to get about at least 20 spaces on the main property and then.
Where more like I said, in front of the main? Because you wouldn't want anything in between the building and the.
Right, no. No, just in the front and side there. We figured that, with the half acre would probably be what, 70, 80,
Between 70 and 80,
parking spaces
Okay.
comfortably.
and then maybe we could, once the hotel went in too, form a relationship with the hotel. For stays and,
I have a meeting this week with David Allen Hospitality, so I'm going to be talking about with you guys as well. So
Would you cook yourself on site?
No, we're not gonna do any, cooking. The only thing that we've been throwing back and forth, because it's so far, we're trying, and we would only, we've kicked around just using, cold stuff. Like,
having a warm kitchen, basically.
well, we would have a warming kitchen area for the caterers that cater.
Yep.
Nice. Set up to do that.
So whoever comes to rent out the facility would have to get a caterer.
Right, we have
Okay.
some relationships ourselves with them that we've started working, and then I
That's
know
what
there's.
we'd like to do is,
Yep.
when someone comes in, we want to kind of have it all set
Right.
and offer, other caterers, places that we've gone to and see how they, we want to be able to have all questions answered for the whoever's going.
All right, and then in the main building, you think you could get to 100 people?
Yeah,
That's not with the outside.
no,
Structures.
no, the inside is, so benches.
Well, as long as think you can handle 100 people in the building.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then, in the colder months, the outside part would not be open, right, in January, February, March, or.
Well, I
Well,
mean, if you
there
wanna
are
go
some-
out there and sit there, sure, we'll build a fire for you, whatever.
There are some things that, you could do, you could put up some canvas, plastic covers and have, portable heat blown in. If it, like, what's the place in West Hartford does that?
Yes,
Right, yeah, the hotel.
What's the, then,
Oh, the Del Mar.
Del Mar.
Del Mar, okay.
They have a restaurant there, they have the outside, and they have it really nicely done. It's canvas covers, they have a portable heater that pumps in, so hopefully just a point where we can do that.
do that, sure.
But, the outsides are, there's the left side and the right side where the outdoor kennels are. We're, kind of look forward to, there's a couple pictures in there. They would make some, this one here. Out here would be where the outdoor kennels are right now. So we tear those down and build this. There's a roof there now, but we, do a nicer roof over there. Like to install the garage doors on the side that you can open up and put down as needed. And, there's also the other side is kind of a nice area that if someone wants to have a smaller event, birthday party or something like that, that there is room on that side where we could do the same thing, do another overhang. And then you could actually pull 2 food trucks up in there and, the thing is that you could break it up into different rentals. So you don't have to have the large wedding, someone to have a smaller event, do that. With that on that side, and then the other side, the pavilion.
Perfect.
The only other question I have is the road gonna go through or it's gonna dead end?
No, it's gonna dead end.
It's gonna dead end at this property?
Just beyond their property.
Just beyond the property?
Yep.
Okay, so it doesn't go, it's not gonna go through?
No.
Okay,
That was right on the corner. That's why they eliminated it.
right, okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Mr. Chairman, I have some questions.
Sure.
Have you developed anything before as far as land use and so forth?
Well, aside from the kennel itself, the couple houses.
This commission's here to help you, guide you. This gentleman here is always gonna be there for you. We don't want you to spend any money until you know what direction you're going in. So as you progress along, things are gonna run smooth for you. We do not want you to get to a certain point to find out, why didn't someone say this before?
Yeah, and
That's why we're here.
That's
I've
the
done
worst
that
thing,
before,
Thank
and
you, yes.
that's the worst thing that can happen.
No.
So, actually, you wanna do a sit down with a planner, okay? They'll give you some guidance, okay? When certain things you're talking about too, because you wanna sit down with the health director, okay? And let them know what your intentions are. So certain things will work, some things won't, or some things have to be tweaked. Okay, again, keep the dollar in your pocket, don't find out after.
No, we
You
don't
know,
want to do that.
I think you got a really cool thing going on here. You're gonna have nice exposure from the turnpike. I think there's a call for it. Plus you got that hotel that's gonna be built right across the street. They'll stay there,
Yeah.
right? And there are caterers that would love to just work with you, you know? Okay, and the wetlands agent, you wanna talk?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, that would be important. So we're gonna find out what is a wetlands, what is floodplain, and what is areas that you can still park on.
right.
You know, they may have you just put crushed stone, could never be paved, but that's up to them.
Right.
You know,
I've worked with James in the planning. business last time.
Horrible.
Right, and we've gone over it quite a bit over the last couple of years with, you know, what to go where, what I can, because, you know, the wetlands in the back are, you know, pretty much really can't build anything on it. We did a little remediation with the pond, because I brought in some fill on the backside because the water was coming up. Again, I just want to bump it, and they want me to remediate that, so I just recently had to enlarge the pond and create more of the wetlands there. So, you know, as far as the floodplain and all that, I'm pretty familiar
good,
with it after going over the plan over the years.
good. We just don't want you to find out after.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, and I think probably and I know, when we did meet, I had Alexa just kind of pop and introduce our assistant planner. And yes, I think once the direction is figured out, definitely we'll do a meeting with Jim Horrible, other folks, just to kind of make sure everybody, and as well, I mean, probably even to sit down with the folks in the building department. We're not there yet, but when the time has come to understand, okay, great, here's their role. And I mean, you know, you've done that before, the building department, so. But Vin, any questions that you may have?
Not here, thank you.
Alrighty. Of course, thank you guys. Yeah, no, we'll get back in touch, but I think
Well, as
it,
far as the inside of the building, like you said, and we do that with this building. Good thing about it is that the roof is all trusses. So everything in the middle, all the walls aren't holding it down. So, you know, if we go through with this, we're pretty much gonna go in and take everything down. And then pretty much start with, you know, blank sheet.
yeah, I think it's definitely needed, no question. I mean,
What's the condition of the road down there? You know, that,
Well,
I
the
remember
bridge
that
is,
road as a
bridge is
kid.
nice, they just redid that.
No, but the road,
But after that,
yeah, no, I'm just asking, because you have this beautiful facility and the road is like gravel, there's wide potholes and. I'm just asking, because I haven't been down there in a while.
it's not too bad, there are some potholes, but overall, it's not.
It's a town
They
road?
can fill them
Yeah.
in, they're pretty good, I have to say, they're pretty good, our only issue is fuzz. There's not a lot of signage, we have a little bit of an issue with fuzz, it's trucks
Tractor
coming in.
trailers go around.
And they, yeah, they like to
Oh,
drive into our.
doing what they're not supposed
Yeah, they've backed in and,
That's
backed into
the
the kennel
issue.
a couple times.
But it's quiet, it's really a beautiful property, we hate to sell because we've kind of outgrown, we're at where we are with this business right now. And we would love to keep, there's heron on the property, there's like a 200-year-old turtles, or they've got to be close to it. It's a
Yep.
pretty cool property.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense. So, I mean, the good thing is you got a couple questions tonight, and then as we kind of move along, what we may do is just have you guys come back once we have a direction and just get some blessing from the commission at that point.
you-
Of course.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Wish you luck.
Thank you.
Well, I can recollect that property. We all go back and forth for a while. You know, it was sort of, you know,
Where
a
did
little
Luke
rough, but
go?
Well, even the neighbor, he's
The
cleaned it up.
neighbor.
He's
Luke
cleaned it up.
left. That's nice.
Locksmith there. Was it
In there, in next door. with the
next door?
box.
Yeah,
Small
here, Chris.
repairs,
yeah,
Right.
and,
Oh, hello there,
Your
Mr. Michael. How are you?
house is there.
Good, thanks.
yes.
There's one, but the back was a garage and converted above the garage into a little space.
There was a garage next door, it's just. a
But like you were
warehouse.
saying, so you know, when you
That's
get into
what you're
something and when we
Yep.
bought the
Something was
property
sold.
originally, we knew that.
Equipment there, or air conditioning.
And we knew we needed a new roof right from the get-go. Well, when we did the new roof, just kept going and going.
Oh, yeah.
We ended up replacing 80% of the metal and roof.
Well, if I think about where that property has been over the last 20 or 30 years, and then something like this coming in, it's very.
Yeah. I think it'd be a nice addition to the town, to offer and also bring people into the town.
Yeah, you get exposure from your signage, you know,
Yep.
people look down and,
Yeah.
yeah, great.
We already have, like I said, when we took it over across the street, it was pretty overgrown, there was thousands of yards of wood chips, because they used to have some wood chips, because they used that on the trails.
Oh,
But after I finally cleared it all out, you know, then you actually can see property a lot better now, year round.
Alrighty. Perfect. Well, thank you, guys.
Thank you.
I want to do one thing here if we can. I just want to skip ahead quick to just the tax abatement for Budney overhaul. I know Michael's here for that. Shouldn't take us very long, and then we can get to the other gentleman here. So if you guys just flip in a couple pages.
thank you. Good luck.
Yes,
Thank you.
we will talk to you guys. Thank you. Budney, as you guys know, has grown quite a bit, little by little. They're adding a 4,000 square foot building to essentially connect the existing buildings. And really to kind of help them to move along. This is going to be eligible for 3-year tax abatement. I don't know if you want to add anything, Mike, or not, or
No, good evening, Mr. Chairman and members of the commission. Mike Carrier for Budney Overhaul and Budney Aerospace. As you're well aware, I mean, the business is really taking off, and they're completely running out of space. So there's 2 separate buildings that are going to be connected by this project here. It's about a $600,000 project, which will open up the interior and provide more areas for the machines. And this is just the precursor to a new building that's in the planning stages for the former driving range there on the Berlin Turnpike. So it'll be a much larger project. But this is one that ties, as Chris Edge mentioned, ties the 2 buildings together, and it is eligible for the abatement.
would be for 3 years, 50, 40, 30, and pretty straightforward, but I just want to at least bring it forward. That way we can
It does fit the requirements of useful.
absolutely, yep.
Mike, I have a question for you. I'm trying to
Yes, Dave.
understand where the new building is going and what buildings it's gonna connect. I know there's,
Okay.
a new building
Yep.
down, where the driving range was, we built half and then we built the other half.
Sure.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah,
That is and those-
Michael, give me 1 second. Let me get the aerial photograph up, and then that
Sure.
might be able to give us a little more
Absolutely.
insight into it here. Dun, 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 dun. Let's get the aerial. Alrighty, give me 1 second, Mike. Let me just get the share here.
No problem.
Righty, so I'm guessing it's probably right about here, is my guess.
Yes, the current project will, yeah, enclose that space there. That's
Yeah.
right. That's exactly right, Chris, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So then the what so that's this project, and that, believe it or not, is like a $600,000 project. But then to the, I guess it would be to our left, where the driving range is, see that the current shed building, if you will, the ones that were just recently completed. Those house inspection and some X-ray equipment. But to the south of that, in this area here, right there, that's where the new 60,000 square foot building will be. And it will be similar in fashion to the main building. So it'll be brick facade. It'll probably be uh, two stories with a nice open area to entry area, and be inviting for customers and such. But that's the area that it will go in, right, right to the south of that, the buildings that were just put up. So it's that's an exciting project. That's again just in the design phase at this point. So it's going to be a probably 2 years before. Well, the sooner the better, because again they're running out of space for the for the backlog of work they have.
Awesome.
Chris, this is a 3-year tax
3-year,
abatement,
yep.
and what is it, 50?
50, 40, 30.
50, 40, 30. Okay, any questions, commissioners?
Yeah.
If not, looking for a motion to approve this tax abatement application.
I'll make the motion for the application for tax abatement, but the overall here,
50, 40, 30.
50, 40, 30.
3-year.
3
Okay,
years.
second somewhere?
Vince, you want to do the second?
Vaughn, second.
Okay, any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Alright,
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion passes. Thank you, Tim.
Awesome. Thank you, Michael. I will get
Thank-
this to the
thank
town
you all.
council, upcoming meeting, and then as soon as it's set, I'll get back in touch with you with the agreement.
Very good. Thanks so much.
you.
Take
Thank you so
care.
much. Have a good night.
evening. Bye now.
Okay, jumping back. now.
Not sure where Luke went. He was so excited to talk and gonzo. Oh, well.
Okay. Wow. Good.
Eddie, how are you? Long time no see. How you doing?
I've been. Good.
Just wonder if you just want to quickly introduce who you guys are. I know everybody knows you, but just to do that quickly, who you are. I know, pretty sure Vince knows you, but at least Allison, that way we'll have you in the minutes.
Steve McClarty, Coastal Construction. And Sean Hibbert, son of Steve McClarty, also with Coastal Enterprise.
Awesome. So I asked these guys in, they were the ones that were talking about doing the project on what was going to be apartments, and then it was going to be a sports complex. And so their idea was to do something slightly different. And so I thought I would have them in and a little update on what's happening.
You're talking Rampus.
Yes, sir.
Got it.
Yep,
Okay.
Rambus. So really was just an update because it is a very large property, and being done by a Berlin family as well. To me, it was very exciting to have them back.
And Steve's been here before on this one.
Oh, absolutely.
He
Yep.
pitched us before on this one.
So I will, but I'll go back because he reported there that night and Vince was here.
I was,
You were there?
in picture.
We were in the other room over there. I think,
In that room?
yeah, we were over, but in Macintosh's room that night, yeah.
All right, so a little background on it. It is zoned, light industrial zone. And we started to look at it, and right after we took the property under a contract, a bus company decided that they would turn this into maybe their main organization, like a headquarters for them. So we started looking at, really thinking this right off, but we started looking at cuts and fills and earthwork stuff out there. Just doesn't work. So a lot of things have been tried out there, and we know why there was a lot of failures out there. It's really, the grade change out there is dramatic. So there's like 57, 58 acres, and you can find 120 feet of elevation change on that property. So It's significant. And then you're looking at about a 20-foot elevation change from the Berlin Turnpike. So Jim Cassidy tried, we all tried pretty hard to come up with something. Appease somebody to turn this into a bus place. We ended up with 220,000 cubic yards of cut and fill, and we were 80,000 yards short. So off the Berlin Turnpike, to try to even keep the road at 5%, we were about 450 feet of road, cascading down to 5%. To get into the property, it just doesn't work. Neither did we want to access off of Meadow Lane, the whole industrial park there so much. And Meadow Lane didn't work either, because surprisingly enough, if you come down from Peterbilt, you hit your first lot, you go past, there's 3 houses there, and then the property starts immediately on your left. The property slopes up like 18 feet higher than Meadow Lane. So if you put in industrial buildings along Meadow Lane, you probably want to put the loading docks on the backside, so people don't see them. Well, that's where you have the most cut, and you'd be backed up to a large wetlands back there. So no matter how we tried to do this, it just wasn't working, right? So if you go into the over 55 zone, you can use this zone from over 55 and above. So we started looking at that where we could follow the contours and not do this much earthwork. I know earthwork, and it just doesn't pay to do that kind of moving dirt. Just no money. So then we even look back at some of those, that sports facility was kind of chasing the old contour lines where they had retaining walls. The wall would have been 50 feet high. And so to put a sports field in, no one's gonna do that, right? So go 50 feet with a retaining wall, it's pretty crazy. We just did 30, we thought that was a little steep on it. So we've been doing well, but we did get pretty far down the road with an over 55 development. And we decided to make a little change where we were headed. The typical over 55 development, when you drive in, you know, everybody's got their lot spacing, and Berlin requires 20 feet for homes less than 2 stories. So less than 2 stories kind of means you're living in the roof pitch. Right? That's less than 2 stories. So, and then you want 20 feet between each house, right? So we did that. And the architecture was not too appealing. And to end up with a 40-foot wide house, 38-foot wide house, 40 feet, you end up putting a 2-car garage in that, that takes up 22 feet. That leaves you with 16 to 18 feet left over to make an architecturally pleasing house. So the more over 55 developments we started to go through, the more we had displeasure for what we saw. So speaking to one architect, it was the aha moment we had. They said, if you go down to Southport, Connecticut, there's a place called Green in Southport. And what they did was, you have these pretty front homes. You drive in there, it's gorgeous, old colonials, and they're multifamily. They don't look multifamily, they look like a beautiful colonial. And but there's garages around the back, so there's an alley fed way around the back, so you don't see the garage doors facing in. For safety reasons and a whole bunch of reasons, people over 55, when you develop those, they want to have an attached garage. So they would be attached in the back of the house, but you see these pretty streetscape. So Chris asked me for an update. I got some things to show you, but they're not by any means final plans. So we just.
You said a dormer is not allowed on the 2nd floor?
No, a dormer is allowed.
Oh,
You can have a dormer, yeah, but you're living sort of like a cape, in a way, but not a cape, right? But your 2nd floor is a roof. That's less than 2 stories.
Right.
Right. So, but if you look at New England architecture, classic New England architecture, it's 2 stories, you know? If you go down Worthington Ridge, everything there is 2 stories. You go to a place where you really wanna capture nice looking architecture, it's 2 stories. And houses can be narrow, but they're pretty, they have porches in front. So what we're trying to do is make a development very walkable. The first one, we proposed a nice greenhouse in there. Plant beds, and so this is, what we're trying to do is make a community, not just a bunch of houses all stuck together. So it's called traditional neighborhood, so if you look back and see what a traditional neighborhood is. We have an architect down in Haven, who's down like Orange Street and all that. You'll learn a lot by talking to this guy, and these traditional neighborhoods, like in Britain, a series of houses, was anchored on the corner with a market, corner store, right? We don't have that so much anymore.
How many square feet, if you put that in there, how many square feet would it be?
What's that, the market?
Yeah,
Oh, nothing big, probably 1,500, something like that.
yeah. That would be a nice touch for everybody to walk to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is what we're trying to do, is develop the old traditional neighborhood. So we're trying to develop a community that we have that, right? So the more we get looking around at this property, the more it starts to talk to you, right? So when you first come in, there is a path there now that you come in off of Meadow Lane, you might see tracks over there. Used to be a little 2x4 going across with a couple blocks there. When you pull in, the Belcher Brook is on your right. And that's probably where we would have this whole market set up, right? So not only would it be a nice coffee shop there as well. The downstairs would be, it's set up to do a walkout out to the Belcher Brook where you could have tables and chairs and nice place to go sit, enjoy yourself at the brook. And that particular part of the brook, it's a pretty well-defined brook, and there's little cascading water, you can hear it. It's pretty nice back there. In fact, that's where the house used to be. You remember the house?
Yeah, they're in the family line,
Yeah.
in the bluffs.
Yeah, that's right.
Just found out in the last 2 weeks, his name was Stanley, his first name.
Yeah.
Never knew that.
We found a picture of him as a kid swimming in the brook.
Oh, yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Cause everybody just called it the Rambus Farm.
That's right.
Didn't, never had a first name.
His son is one that owned that Rembus Auto Body on Stanley Street.
Yeah.
Then there was Rembus Meats too. Yep, I don't know what he was. That
Give
was
any-
his son.
You have any thoughts on when you might come in with something or kind of to be
Well, we're
determined?
moving along pretty well now, so
Okay.
it was a real question about what to do with the property, and I think we'll be coming in somewhere around in the April, May. We'll be doing it. Now, we're gonna do a PDD here. So,
What is that?
Chris, you might wanna explain that better.
Yeah, PDD, basically, planned development community so that it would be most likely, some type of shared services, so
You write your own zone.
plowing, mowing, that kind of thing, but also it would allow most likely a different set of densities than what is currently in place.
Okay.
And really would then kind of be more master plan to say, yeah, we've got the store, we might have a clubhouse, we might have the walking trails. Yeah, just it encompasses more of an overall development instead of necessarily saying, okay, we're zone X. You're really creating something that fits the property and in this space topography.
Right.
To a large degree.
So basically, all of the extras are shared responsibility of the
That's
landscape
right.
and.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, it's still gonna be that. Yeah.
Couple stupid questions.
Go
You mentioned a front porch. How many chairs would fit in that front porch?
deep enough.
Would it fit four?
Oh, no problem.
Okay, reason why I say that, you're creating a community here. And people are gonna be walking, everybody's gonna get to know each other,
And that's
and they're
the
gonna
whole
wanna
idea.
stop and sit and socialize.
That's the reason for the porch. That's
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. The idea of the store, I also think that would be awesome. But I don't know if it should be accessible to the rest of the town.
we were wondering the same thing. We've been kicking that around a lot and we think it should, after a lot of thinking about it, this is the part where we haven't come forward with something that we're trying to debate all that stuff. So I'm gonna show you some plans. These are not the plans by any means. These were plans that were worked on. Right now, I gotta tell you that with the current zone, we'd be allowed 142 units. We're gonna stay somewhere well under 100. So this plan was to see what kind of density, then we're gonna take away from here, right? But I'm gonna show you that this is where this little market would be, this vicinity. So you come in, and the market would be here. We're thinking this walkout section of this market would be for residents only. So you could come in, either an elevator or stairs or a walkway around the outside. Would bring you to the downstairs, but that would be for residents only. They can go outside and meet people that want to join them, but this would be right where you pull in, right off to the right would be open for public. Could be a market, a coffee shop, it could be a big shop.
How many feet is that?
Oh, this is a very small scale. You're probably looking at a couple hundred feet to start from here.
What change in parking requirements might be required? Public.
We'll meet the, we're
Not
gonna
enough.
meet the,
Okay.
we're gonna meet the parking requirements that are set forth. But like, I can show you something we're leaning towards. Come in here, and this is this rear alley. There is no street in the front. This is a beautiful piece of wetlands right here.
Mhm.
So wetlands can be pretty nice. This one's pretty. It's all cattails. No phragmites to speak of. It's just beautiful. So these houses would front right on the wetlands. There's a green here. It would service it. So everybody here would have a green, right? And then there'd be a walking trail where then we leave a big buffer along Meadow Lane. So you come in. These could be front load like your typical house. These would be rear access. And the fronts of the homes look over a green space. Just like here, this would be a green space. You got a trail that comes down. We're looking at this location for the greenhouse and plant beds. Pickleball was mentioned. So, consider that. This whole area, this is a beautiful spot as you come along this road. This would be just for community. Like I say, the greenhouse that we're looking at is partly botanical greenhouse. It's beautiful. Right, so there'd be plant beds and a pavilion building where people can meet and cookouts and that kind of stuff. And then you can walk this trail all the way along. It does go through. There's even a trail that goes down underneath the wetlands on this one. And then we wouldn't, on this plan, there's a whole section that we wouldn't be developing. That's,
The stream goes through here, right?
the stream goes right down here. Right? That's-
Yeah, okay. So, like you said, down in here, it's like you're in the middle of nowhere,
Yeah,
going down in there.
yeah, you are. Yeah. So,
And these would be condos or houses?
could be houses. Now, there could be some multifamily in here, but they're not gonna look like the multifamily. So we just took a woman that's an over 55 specialist. She came from Arizona and she tells us, she calls it the program for over 55 years. So over 55, you wanna have, what do you want on your first floor? Want your master suite on the first floor? Probably want a flex room that could be a bedroom, or could be an office, could be something else. And for a while, she was saying everything's gonna be on the first floor, the 1 story only. She's from Arizona. So we took her up to Woodstock, spent the night at Woodstock Inn. We toured all of Woodstock. She later changed her mind, and New England architecture is beautiful and it needs to be 2 stories, right? So that's, so. So these would be regular homes. But the multifamily part, there's multifamily on Main Street, Woodstock, you would never know that there's like 8 units in this place, because it looks like the traditional, you know? So, I don't know, can you pull up something on that? 'Cause
You know, a lot of times people,
green at, Southport on Google Maps.
people question why there was a second bedroom, let's say on the second floor. And I said, well, if this is supposed to be senior housing, why is there a second floor with a bedroom?
Right.
Well, you're a senior, your kids don't necessarily live near you. They come and visit and they sleep in that bed,
That's right, it's for grandchildren.
that's all.
Or if you get older, a caretaker, and that's if you have a full-time caretaker.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
The idea of this is not to uproot somebody additional time in their life, so they're making a choice to go there at 55 plus. Make this the place that has space that can grow into it.
Right,
And
it's
not-
wage, right,
Correct, right.
which is needed.
Yeah.
Now that, it opens up other houses that people sell. And get your first time buyers, that buy some of them houses that the seniors are selling,
That's right.
so then it's a win-win for everybody.
We had a demographer do this whole study, and basically put in there's a lot of people looking to sell their homes, but there's no place to move into. So what you got is, gotta say, some of these places look like it's the last place you're gonna go. See that picture on the left? Those are multifamily. This place is gorgeous when you go there, you know?
So Vince, I'm just gonna put up on the screen here kind of what we're talking about here. So on the left-hand side, this is the south,
Okay.
Green at Southport, so just kind of some of the vibe they have here. Again, could be multifamily, could be actual over 55 to own,
Single family.
single families, a lot of different options,
Mhm.
but making it really more more distinct than your regular over 55 development.
Mhm.
So when you look at the end of the green, you know, like go up to Collinsville, right? I'm working up there quite a bit lately. You look down the old street in Collinsville, what's down the end? It's the beautiful end cap. It's the church. It's that pretty building, right? Same one here. We would line things up so that at the end of the green, could be one of these beautiful multifamily with nice porches and a pretty looking home, you know, so. Just like this, you know, white and black gutters and.
This white window must have gone into the Woodstock Inn.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And one on the corner too, that brick one,
Mhm.
that's for sale right now for 256 million.
Ooh, isn't that special?
So you have to finish up some plan.
Yep.
And then you're gonna go to P and Z April, May-ish. Roughly, is that the same? So I'd say, look, why don't you come back to us when you get your stuff ready, just before P and Z? And maybe we can sort of like give you some sort of blessing
Yes.
before you hit P and Z, right?
That would be great.
Absolutely.
I
No,
think
that'd be
that's-
terrific.
It's definitely a needed project.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
over 55.
Absolutely. So it looks like Luke is coming back online here. So as soon as he is, we'll have him.
Okay. It's needed, but trying to make it acceptable.
Right, don't look at me, right,
Like, some of the places look like it's the last place you go.
yeah.
Alrighty. Well,
Leave that out there.
thank you guys. I appreciate the update.
No.
Good to see you, by the way. It was a pleasure.
Good to see you. Good to
Luke,
see you,
as soon
John.
as you are connected, you have the floor.
Come to us before P and Z though.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we wanna sort of like,
Give it a blessing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Why don't we slide to the next one as Luke comes up here?
Yeah.
So, next one, MC Barber Academy, which, purchased what was left of the restaurant after having it burned down.
I, here's the reason, but.
That's okay, we did it.
That's just-
Yep.
that's part.
So,
Yeah.
so he's looking to, that's right. Looking to double the size of the building, including adding some new things that could be doing, cosmetology, retail store, and really doubling the size of what they have there. The good news is it fits within what we have. for Tax abatement. Hello there, how are you?
Hey, Luke, I hear you.
Going. anyway, so, he looks like he's gonna spend about in that $600,000 range or so. Again, eligible for a 3-year tax abatement.
MC Barber?
MC Barber, yeah.
Probably gonna be about the same footage what was there
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, it is. Yep, exactly. He's literally gonna be using essentially the same, foundation, yeah.
So it's a 3-year 50-40-30.
Yes.
And
How many,
it fits.
30,
It fits, yes.
3,500 square feet?
That being said, look for a motion, please.
You wanna do this one?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
I'll make a motion to approve the 50-40-30 tax abatement for MC Barber Academy edition. The 3,500 square feet.
Yep, 3-year.
For 3
Second
years.
somewhere,
I'll second.
Scantinelli second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, abstain, motion passes.
Alrighty, so Luke, what can we do for you this evening, my friend? You can speak when you are ready. I can see your hand is up.
Is it?
Yeah,
Time to expand then.
Yep.
very well known throughout the area.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, expand the number of barbers I can put there.
Luke, you can speak when you like. We are all set for you. You said you have a question.
Okay, what's the next tax abatement?
Norton Four Rod,
Rockworth.
so if we want to pursue it, we can go to, if he'd like to be approved for a 3-year tax abatement instead of the 10, we can then go to the town council and be able to then have the 3-year tax abatement transferable to each of the condo owners. Be one transfer, one time. We'd have to get the council's approval, or he's just going to continue with the 10-year abatement we approved already. So it's more of what we think would make the most sense overall.
Well, I think the 3-year, be able to hand over to the person that buys it was more sensible. Rather than the developer would just have that one, because he wouldn't be able to hand that over, right?
No. Yeah.
So
And it's also a selling point.
Yep.
it is, it's, you know, for the person that buys that unit.
Okay, well, and basically what I need to do is check with the town attorney and find out what we need to do on this,
On a 3-year.
on the 3-year.
Okay,
Because what we found out was from before is the buyer's not doing enough to get their own 3-year. Because the improvements they're gonna make is gonna be negligible, could sort of be built. So I'll find out from Attorney D'Onofrio how to do this, and then I'll get back to you guys at the March meeting.
the next question I have is what's holding up this project? Well, why aren't we putting shovels in the ground now? Is it because of this?
No. I think it's more weather, snow, etc. But I think he's pretty much ready to go with it. I know he's been talking to a real estate company about it, a couple other things, construction. So I think they'll probably be pretty go pretty soon.
Hear me?
Yes, Luke, what is your question?
Okay, number 5, planning and zoning. Take this, Chris.
Sure. If you're not able to say anything, Luke, you can also type something in and we can hopefully answer it for you. So 77 Worthington Ridge, we just heard that one.
Yep.
You know,
Uh,
yeah. It's a nice idea, but I mean, the area, it's just,
Yeah.
the
well,
road is rough.
Yeah, I asked you about
Yep.
the road.
You know.
Yep.
And maybe it would work. I mean, it's something that should be over what we talked about, the golf course.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe I'll get somebody else thinking.
Yep. Arbor,
If the road was nice and there's all nice grass and landscaping, it might do all right.
Good look,
you know,
Charles.
Might be all right. But I just, we all have the vision from the past,
Well, maybe that's kind of tainting
Yeah, right.
our view of it, but, you know, I know the neighbor next door, he cleaned up that house, the garage and stuff. And that mirror masonry.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah, Merrick, yeah, yeah.
So, and I know that Douglas Solak rents that garage for like a warehouse for his.
All the stuff, sure.
And
So-
actually, I think the neighbor over there is even, the other neighbor's cleaning up that house too, so.
Yes, Luke, you can speak if you'd like.
Is it zoned for that?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
When should we do public comment?
You can do it right now.
What time is the next meeting?
The next meeting will be on March 2nd at 6 p.m. But you can speak right now if you like. Everyone is here and they're listening. And you've muted yourself. And he appears to have left.
Okay, Chris, next. It's Arbor Farms.
So, the attorney for Arbor Farms and the planner, had a discussion. The language will come before P and Z hopefully at the next meeting. If so, then if they approve the language, he'll come back through for the approval.
Bostrom.
That's Bosworth piece, yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And then, the lettuce factory, sort of, appears to be abandoned, but might be coming back to life.
I have been talking to the gentleman in Israel, and my understanding is there may be some Connecticut-based money coming in on it, but I haven't gotten any verification on that.
Sorry, I don't know where that is.
That's, Alvin Chamberlain Highway going towards, Fontanella's Chicken Coops. Remember?
Yeah.
Going towards the mall. And there's they approved P and Z approved the lettuce factory.
Oh, yes.
Right, so they started building it and they got way, along, and then they just abandoned it like 6 months ago.
They never finished that?
No, just abandoned it. All the equipment got pulled off and everything just got stopped. And it's been sitting there since then.
Oh, I just didn't know what the name was.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I call it the lettuce factory.
Yeah, they
Well,
were.
Arbor Farms
Is right next door.
Bostrom's.
Bostrom's Tree Farm is right next door to the lettuce factory.
Yes,
And Bostrom sold it to this guy, who's gonna do,
the gentleman who came up.
yeah, that came to
Yep.
see us, you know?
Okay, I just
Yep.
didn't know the name.
So you're hearing something may be going down at the lettuce factory.
Yeah, I mean, my understanding is they took down the fencing, the like, and then my last discussion with him, he was working on some USDA funding. Again, it's kind of up in the air at this point. I'm waiting to hear back from him, but I'm hopeful. We'll just say that. So
Lobster King's, right?
Lobster King was approved to go in
The girls' building.
half of the old Average Joe's building.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
all right.
CMDA, Connecticut Municipal Development Authority, this is the one that potentially could have funding to help us with Berlin Steel. Was agreed on the 6th, memo of understanding, and then they're gonna come back to us and talk about what kind of changes they'd like to make. Planning and zoning was not happy.
With the hotel?
No, they're not happy that this was not presented to them before the town council decided to do this. But it was the town council with the ability to do it. And yeah,
This CMDA thing?
Yeah.
Okay. So
but
P&Z
I explained the fact that this is the memo of understanding allows us to have a discussion to be able to tap into the monies. Now, if they come back and say, no, we're not gonna do any of it, then no harm, no foul.
Okay, whatever.
Exactly.
All
So,
right.
hotel is gonna be at the P and Z meeting. It's either Thursday or next Thursday. Again, Choice Hotel, 90 rooms. It's a Radisson brand, so the good thing is too, is it is a pretty heavy duty brand. I think it's probably going to be, probably extended stay. I don't believe they're planning on putting a full restaurant or commercial kitchen in. It'll probably be kind of like the stuff you see when you're on the road.
Sure.
POD meeting, Ed is out there.
Right.
Um, Tri-State Materials Testing, so we did 30 years for them.
Okay.
Turnpike Ridge, we did the ribbon cutting last week, which was great for Mr. Orsini. Home Sweet Home Realty is this Friday for 20 years. Kennington Insurance, need to reach out to them. Orissa is going to be, I believe, celebrating 30 years, but also was one of the top 25 minority-owned businesses in Hartford County, and they're in Berlin. Ameritech to be determined. Ferndale Plaza, I did not connect with Bridge today. We were supposed to talk. It did not end up happening. Sherwood Falls, we had a Zoom call today between the funding partner and the head of the tenant association. So as soon as the snow clears, we're going to get some folks out there and then get proposals. Yeah, the thing is we do a site walk with the different engineers. They come in with proposals and such.
Okay, good.
Gateway is really nothing.
Yeah.
Town-owned properties letter, you guys all have a letter that I kind of put together.
Yeah.
And Vince, I did attach it to the agenda or into the invite. It's a Word document and it is something that, again, kind of a first shot. We can take a look at it, we can play with it. But I think it kind of says to a large degree what you guys were saying, which is, look, if you personally owned it, you would do a lot more than we're currently doing. So.
Sure, makes sense. Thank you.
Of
course.
The only question I have,
Yep.
I've got to review that.
No. And now that Dave, I just wanted to get it to you. There's
This
no.
is a good start.
Oh, yeah,
because,
no.
You know, before we form a whole committee and all this baloney, we'll just send this to them.
Mhm.
And then I'm just wondering which four properties, you know, I was thinking about Pistol Creek, you know, the
Yep.
clubhouse.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Having that
it's,
on the list.
I didn't put it on there, but literally right underneath number 4, it says exactly that. I have a whole paragraph on
Yeah.
Pistol Creek.
Okay.
Because I think Pistol Creek deserves more than a bullet point
Yeah.
because there is so much to it. Roof, parking, I mean, you know, it just,
They don't do something where it's gonna work, just like the Knights of Columbus, it's gonna
Right,
fall
jump,
apart.
just jump.
but we know that people are
Interesting.
in that part of town, they're parking in the parking lot, they're just going across the street.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's not being used, it's just, let's figure
For
it
the
out.
building itself,
Well, the building itself it doesn't really serve a purpose. I mean, it
not
just,
now, no.
no, I mean, it should.
So Kensington Road, we know that piece is, I know
Yep.
the one that cut the grass. Norton Road, 3 acres at Spring Valley, yeah, that's in the back there. That the town has to keep cutting the grass, it sort of borders all these other residential
Yep.
areas. And the Canterbury, what's that?
Sure, at Canterbury, at the end of the cul-de-sac, there's about 8 acres.
Which one's Canterbury?
Give me a second, let me look it up here, because I don't know.
At the building.
Uh-oh.
Oh, really? Where from the, even dance?
Alrighty, so this is a parcel here, so Canterbury is off of Somerset. So,
Oh, okay.
it looks like it's probably right behind where this is Sage Park itself here. So Canterbury, this parcel right here, so when the subdivision came in, this piece probably was given to the town is my guess. That's land trust, but this one is actually owned by the town itself. It's at the end of the cul-de-sac. I don't know how much is usable or not, but it's a good 8 acres of land that's,
What's good is you got
Sitting
the
there.
Canterbury Road that could go right into that.
yeah, I think there's definitely, if nothing else, there's an opportunity to at least consider it.
Is it wet?
I believe that there is some wetlands on site, so I don't think it'd be completely usable, but it's, again, something to take a look at.
Now, are they maintaining that still, the town?
I don't know. I have not gone into that with these. I mean, one of the conversations I was gonna have, and I haven't done it yet, is to have a conversation with Steve Wood to find out basically, what are his biggest pain points? Does he have properties that it's a pain to get out there and mow, or, I mean, because if we're not actively using it, let's at least have the discussion, because,
Just don't maintain it, just keep putting money at it.
well, I mean, because, and you figure it's wages, I mean, trucks, mowers, weed whackers, everything gets beat up. So,
All right, I'm gonna look at this.
no, yeah, again, and I'm not,
This is our start, and
It
then we're
is.
gonna figure this out,
Yep.
we're gonna send it to town council, and say,
Yep.
look at. You know.
absolutely. So the good news is we only have 2 things left here.
go for it.
It actually is not on the sheet here, but I'll hop to it anyway. So looking to do 3 events. One would be, let me stop sharing the screen here. would be our volunteer appreciation event. So I was looking to do that on February 26th, which is a Thursday. I don't know location yet. Potentially the truck bar, but I also need to reach out to the new owners of Baltic.
The truck bar is nice, but it's
Yep.
loud.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to have a function there that's focused on
Yep.
a certain
Yeah.
thing. 'Cause we've done a couple things
Yeah.
there. and
Yep.
There's people playing over there, there's music going, people.
Yep.
The truck bar, yeah, I would not recommend truck bar.
Yeah, I
for
mean, and
this.
the other one is to, if I can do something, because we did do an event at God, with the economic development one we did in the fall. We did it Casamia. Casamia.
Okay.
So that's the other option as well. So I can look into it and see what I can
And
find.
You know, you're 3 weeks out basically from that date. I
Yep.
think it's too soon. You're 3 weeks out and you gotta put all this together, and let everyone know. I think you better push it out to March. And
Yeah.
February is a marginal month for
Yep.
weather.
Yep.
Yeah.
We just like, it's gonna be like a rush.
That's fine.
job.
Well, let me find out maybe the second Tuesday in March, second Thursday in March. That would be
Well, what are the other
Uh,
events, so we can
12.
see where they're gonna go
Sure.
scatter that, you know?
12. So
Can you hear me?
yes, we can. Yes, sir, you may speak. I think you just muted yourself.
Okay, what's the next event, Chris?
That would be, I want to do an event where I want to get together folks from construction, trades, et cetera, all together to basically meet each other because we've seen such a huge growth in it. That one I was looking to do on March 26th because it'll still kind of be inclement weather before everybody starts to get too busy in the trades. And really the idea is, again, connect them, but also to give an opportunity to promote Modern Plumbing, Atlas, who took over the building where Kensington Glass used to be, Sherwin-Williams, All Dry. And so really get an opportunity to present, to introduce some companies that these guys may connect with, but also to, again, introduce plumbers, electricians, everybody else to the Fortunatos and Mark Lovely's and
Okay.
Olson Constructions.
What's the third event?
Third, I was going to do a golf outing probably sometime in May, get all the commercial real estate guys back in. We haven't done one in a couple of years. And really that just gives us a chance to network with them, tell them what's happening in Berlin. And then usually what I do is go to the golf commission and ask them to waive some part of it. And then we do something to get them here.
It's cool. So the volunteer thing.
Yep.
You may have to make it, maybe April, because you got the construction thing you're looking for in March.
Yeah, I mean, I'd prefer to do the, I mean, I could probably push out the construction thing, but well, I mean, it wouldn't be the worst thing if I did an event on the 12th and another one on the 26th, because we're talking about two different groups of people. Volunteers on the 12th, 26th, but I'll figure that piece out. And then last thing we had was officers.
Okay, so election officers, it's that time of year again.
All right, food for thought.
Yep.
Probably 15, 20 years ago, we had the local realtors come in.
Yeah.
And just to pick their brain.
Oh,
You
yeah,
think-
okay,
You think we're gonna do that someday?
Yes.
sure, why not?
Get their opinion on what we're doing right, what we're
Yeah,
doing
ask
wrong?
them, sure, what they're looking for, what's going on, what they're hearing. They'll get a pulse of the community, sure, I think it's a good idea.
Do you think we do an event? Do we bring them here to this meeting? What are you thinking?
Right here.
Right here, sure, that's a good idea.
You might even want to invite somebody from planning and zoning, they can listen to it if somebody wanted,
How
offer it to them if they want to come in.
Yeah, you're right.
They wanna
What did
hear
we
what
do?
the
Did we
others have
pass
to
this
say.
PLCD?
Oh, yeah, if you have any I think COCD,
Yeah,
you
just-
definitely can mention it. Sure.
Just quick. I met with them last Thursday. I kind of let them know how I felt about what transpired as far as the zoning that occurred on the turnpike with the BT1. And who was there was Conservation Commission, wetlands, water control was there, town planner was there. And, I just, oh, the chairman of planning and zoning. So I just let them know that, we're disappointed of how they came about the 1 acre zone. And that we would like to meet with them to understand why they decided to go with the 2 acres instead of one. And, even though the consultant, recommended, a different approach. So it's left at that. It's up to Chris and Maureen to meet, talk about it. See if this is something that we want to move forward, and we would do it with the different commissions. If they want to do such a thing.
Okay.
I think meeting makes the most sense because I think it's important that we can get some explanation on why, when the consultant said 1 acre and why the consultant said 25 feet setback, they just went the other way. I mean, it was very clear with the map how many properties were not 2 acres. And I mean, talk about we're blue in the face. You're not buying 0.3 acres. You're blowing up the whole thing. It'd be nice to kind of hear their thoughts on why, because I neither one makes any sense. Because I mean, Eddie, your property probably has 50 feet of right of way, and then you got another 50 feet. So you got 100 feet to the pavement till you can do anything. That's nuts.
I could understand how they want some green space. Okay, so take into consideration, just like what he said, there's X amount of feet there now. Okay, so let's say in 30, 40 years, they add another lane. Okay, they're gonna take up some of that green area. You're still gonna have a nice lawn, basically, in front of the new development that would occur now. So, when they're talking about certain things during their meeting, sometimes you couldn't follow what their reasoning was, and I did try to realize that sometimes it gets too late and they want to get out of there. So at the end of my opinion, I did give planning and zoning some credit because I went back and watched the meeting that they were there 11 o'clock at night. And I said that everyone here is a volunteer and they want to go home. And sometimes you end up making decisions because you're just gonna go with the person next to you. And I want to go home. I gotta go to work tomorrow, So I give them credit that they're there and they're volunteering their time, but what they land up making for decisions affect people directly, and how the future development's gonna occur there for the next 10 years, because that's what we're dealing with. And they have to know that they could have a certain type of setbacks and acreage and still have a very respectable development that's safe.
And my thoughts on that is if everybody's been there a while and you're tired, drop a topic for the night, bring it up the next time. Don't make a rash decision because you want to go home. Because everybody had worked a very long time on that, consultant otherwise. Don't make a decision, don't make a decision. One meeting is not gonna change the world.
I'd rather even wait 2 meetings.
Well,
Exactly.
If it's at the end of that meeting, the next meeting is the first thing you thought.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just,
I can understand. 11 o'clock, we had it.
yeah.
And I think all of us would be in a similar position, but it's also and you can tell me if I'm wrong, Ed, but I mean, so let's say you have discussion, everything's open to public, everything that you hear nothing. They close everything and they start talking and it's completely flip-flop to where the discussion was going. And if you have a belief of something, tell us when we can still interact with you. Because, good example, the Golden Triangle. Housing was not mentioned at all, but the first thing that it did was they cut housing right out of it.
Out of the clear blue.
A clear blue. Wasn't mentioned once in anything. If that was your way to go, understood. But it was pretty clear from our discussions that some type of residential was what was going to help push that property. Yeah, I'm not talking about thousands and thousands of units, but it's, yeah, I agree with you. It just needs to be reasoning behind it as well as give us something we can work with to have a discussion with you. Don't base it, I'll say, close the door and then have your own discussion and we can't be part of it.
Well, the way you presented it was proper, you explained the situation, and then you gave me sort of credit for the 11 o'clock thing, so you sort of like. You let them off the hook a little bit
Yep.
gently.
Well,
Yep.
10:30 at night, they made a decision about Hilltop.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now, once again, I wanna go home.
Right.
You
Well,
know,
let's see where this goes now.
so our conversations as far as Hilltop was, you're basically almost creating a community up there.
Right,
Okay, in between the commercial and the turnpike side. Route 9, maybe some regular housing that was affordable housing, and then to the rear would be the different type of senior development housing, okay?
Yep.
And, you know, once again, this commission worked on affordable housing going back 15 years ago. Okay, and I had to that night give Jim Mahoney credit about he was the gentleman that made sure that this town kept moving forward on such a thing, and that's why we're almost at that 10%.
right.
It's
We,
because
I got good news for you. The last number we heard was 10.07%. Again, we have not seen that officially, but we believe we are over the 10% for 2026. Again, we're waiting for the actual like letter, but I believe we are over it at this point between CHFA and the affordable units and Diadio. I think we may be above the water line there.
perfect. One last thing with that. We have accomplished that, okay, without invading any neighborhoods.
Right.
Okay, all these single family homes and everything, you have that type of housing now, all right? For people that need or are looking for that type of housing. Whether if it's a first time person that's renting an apartment, or even a senior that just needs an apartment and has lived in town but want to stay here. So, but again, we didn't invade any neighborhoods, so. And that's about it, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, all right, well, that's. good.
Alrighty.
That's
Thank you.
good.
Thank you, Eddie.
All right, what's next, Chris?
Officers, that's it. Officers and we
Okay.
are good.
Chair, vice chair, treasurer, okay.
Yep.
We start out with chair, we look for nomination for chair.
I'm making that nominate Dave.
Okay,
Second.
any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstained, motion passes. Okay, second, vice chair. I nominate Ed for vice chair.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion passes. Treasurer. Nominate Mr. Campanelli, treasurer.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, abstained, motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you. I will do my very best to get Mr. Brownstein at our next meeting to talk about Chamberlain Highway.
Okay, motion to adjourn.
All right. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night. Thank you, Van. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yep, second, third, yeah, second, we're good. Yep.
Second the adjournment.
Second.
Second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion passes. Thank you, Vince.
Good night, good night.
Have a good night.
Great job.
Thank you,
Hi,
Allison.
Ben.
Right, thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Got a lot of